Good afternoon, folks, and thank you so much for watching. Fat Cat Collections back at you with another cologne. Not really a review this time, but just kind of a comparison. And what I wanted to talk about today was Paco Rabanne's 1 million. And now, any of you who are in the fragrance community know about Paco Rabanne's 1 million. This cologne has been around for a while now and is a very, very unique smelling cologne. It's a cologne that, when I first smelled, it kind of opened up doors for me to start looking into different colognes. And that honestly kind of started this whole cologne collecting that I'm now into, and I'm really having a good time discovering new fragrances. So with that being said, let's move forward. Paco Rabanne's 1 million. I don't really have to say too much about this particular juice. We all know what it smells like. If you're looking at these videos and you've never smelled Paco Rabanne 1 million, you can pretty much find it in any Bon Marché or Macy's or any of those big department stores. You'll find this pretty much anywhere. I'm not going to say it's played out because I still love this juice. I think it's a fantastic juice, but you will smell a lot of guys wearing it, and I mean, I smell it all day long on guys. At work, there's always somebody wearing 1 million. It's a really great fragrance, and it's definitely one that, in my opinion, is very, very warm, spicy, and very, very unique. And you always know when somebody's wearing 1 million. There's nothing really that I shouldn't say, there are things that smell like it, which I'm going to address in a second here, but it's always going to go back to saying that, oh, that person's wearing 1 million. Even the ones that smell like it or clones of it are meant to smell like it, it's always going to be said, people are always going to say, oh, he's wearing 1 million. So I just wanted to touch on this. I absolutely love 1 million, but I wouldn't buy 1 million because for the price, there are so many other ones out there that have been that are duplicating this, that are cloning this, that there's really no reason to spend the money on 1 million because you're not going to get a juice that's really exceptional compared to some of the fakes out there, to be honest with you. Now, I have in my collection, before I actually got this was a gift from my coworker. This is the aftershave, and the aftershave is actually just a little bit weaker. I think there's less alcohol in it, if I'm correct, but I'm not 100% sure. So I remember looking it up online. It's a little weaker, so you put it on your face. It's so you're not, if you're sensitive to I don't know, some of the ingredients in it, maybe it affects your skin. I'm not really sure, but as far as my understanding, the aftershave is a little weaker than your cologne, okay, or your eau de toilette, definitely your eau de parfum. But what I've done with this is, because the scent is still the same, and I don't really use this aftershave, what I'm going to do is actually get myself a sprayer on eBay, and because this doesn't have the sprayer, so just got you put your thumb over, your finger over it, and it's just blotted on, and I don't really like that. It's kind of more of an inconvenience. So I actually might, this one here, you might actually be able to put a sprayer on it, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to dump it into a spray bottle, and this way I'll be able to spray it. Also, with this particular one here, what I've done is I've taken some of the small samples I have of 1 million, I've mixed it in here to give it a little more potency, give it a little more strength. But getting back to would I buy 1 million, no I would not, because there's so many other ones out there that smell like it. And one of which is the closest one that I've found, and there are so many, I'm sure, better ones, but for the best bang for your buck, it's Cuba Royal. I always screw this up. Cuba Royal. This smells remarkably similar to 1 million, and it's $9 for 3.3 ounces. And when I smell this side by side, there's really not much of a difference here. I will say this, the Cuba actually has a little bit more spice to it and a little bit more of a creaminess to it, but that's really the only difference. Nobody would know the difference if you're wearing this over this. Now, as far as longevity and projection's great on this. As far as longevity, I know when I've sprayed the Cuba in the past and worn it, it does not last as long as the 1 million does. However, for the money, who cares? You can afford to keep this with you and spray a little bit here and there throughout the day, or just put on a few more sprays. Amazing you can get this quality of juice for $9. Okay, fantastic. The other one that smells remarkably similar, and this one I bought before I actually read the notes, and I wish I hadn't. This is only $10 as well, but this is actually by Giorgio Valenti, and this is called Rose Noir Absolute. And this one here, I was hoping would have a really heavy rose note to it. It just seemed really interesting. And then when I ordered it, I looked at the notes on Fragrantica, and the notes, I'm not going to tell you what they are, but they're exactly the same top, middle, and base notes as 1 million. Exactly. The only difference is between the two of these is that this one just smells a little bit fruitier. There's more of it's not in it, but there's more of like a blueberry note to it. And there's definitely a fruitier note compared to the 1 million. So I definitely like 1 million as compared to Rose Noir. I think that this one here, people will think you're wearing 1 million, and for the price, it's pretty good, but it is a fruitier version of 1 million. And maybe that's why they have it in a blue bottle. I'm not really sure because it's not marketed as having any kind of blueberry note to it, but that's what my nose gets from it, a blueberry note to it, as opposed to 1 million where you have more of a creamy note. In my opinion, again, 1 million I like more than this, but this is still something, a good cheapie just to spray on real quick, and people will still think you're wearing 1 million because it is very similar, but I think the composition of those notes, even though they're the same, there's something they've done in this one here to make it different compared to 1 million. And I don't know which one came out first, probably 1 million, but it'd be interesting to find out who is a clone of who. But in my opinion, for the price, the best clone that I've found of 1 million is Cuba Royal. For $9, you can't beat it. There are better ones by Armaf that are supposed to be closer. Everybody and their brother has a clone of 1 million. So at this point, there really isn't any point in buying 1 million unless you really want the exact 1 million and you want no deviations from that. Then, of course, I always say get the original. But a great juice, absolutely wonderful. I love 1 million. But like I said, it's just not one I would ever spend the money on because there are so many great copies out there. There's really no point for me personally to warrant that much amount of money when nobody will tell the difference. So that's it, folks. That was my 2 cents on 1 million. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.